Gets me through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.
Jodie and Hazy's Sealed Section with Tiff Warren from 10 News First.
There she is, Tiff Warren from Channel 10. G'day, Tiff.
Hey guys.
Hi,
How
Gorge.
are we?
Fresh off the back of Chili Fest yesterday. If you don't know. Was that what
Yes.
it's called, Chili Fest?
Saw that coming, by the way.
New. Fire and Spice at the Lockleys Oval, if you don't mind. Yeah.
Oh,
Good
goodness
for you.
gracious.
Real eventful weekend.
Stop.
Nice.
You always bully me about my weekend.
All right. You constantly bring us really, really interesting topics. Do you have the envelope?
Hang on.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I'll
Here you
pass
go.
over
Here
here.
you
Pass
go.
over here. What do we got? If you know someone is cheating, do you tell your partner?
Oh, it's a conundrum as old as time.
Tale as old as
My
time.
very goodness.
Yes, because the messenger always gets shot. Anyway, what's happened?
Well, what came about was a girlfriend of mine was at a work event, working in a professional sense, and a fella at that event took a shine to her, found her on the Instagram, slid into her DMs like a slippery little snake, and started chatting her up. And she immediately said, "Whoa, hey, cut it out. I have a boyfriend." And he said, "So what? I've got a mizzo."
And Joseph, he said this.
He did.
Yeah. And they went from there.
And they went from there. And then I said, "Well, did you screenshot it and send it to his wife?" And she went, "Oh, I thought about it, but then look, I was at a work event. I'm professional. I don't really want to get him. I don't know these people from Bar of Soap. I don't know if they're crazies. I don't want her accusing me of chatting up her husband because I didn't. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay out of it."
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? I have to say, this is a very attractive girl that we're talking about. She's a real head turner.
Oh yeah, I'd slide into her DMs.
Oh, yeah, me too, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
Nonetheless,
interesting, isn't
it doesn't matter. Even if his wife's not hot, you've got one.
I
So
know, exactly. It's really interesting now the way sort of cheating has evolved, isn't it? Like with all the twists and turns from all the technology.
I would say opportunities.
Yeah.
There's more and more opportunities.
Well, you can
for
track
people.
someone down, can't you?
Yeah, 100%. Interesting, isn't it? Let's just put this out there right now. 13, 24, 10. If you know someone is cheating, do you tell the partner?
Do you think you would have, in this situation, alerted this man's partner to the fact that she is married to?
yeah. Thank you for asking, Jodie. That's a beautiful question. Thank you so much. At the time when our friend was telling us this, I was giving it big and being like, "Yeah, message her. That he's a dog. Tell her." Truthfully, though, I probably wouldn't have because, like as she said, I don't know these people. I don't want to get embroiled in their
Mess.
if they're a bit messy. Some women sort of attack the other woman, being like, "Well, you hit on him." It's like, well, mind you, Jodes, I know you. If your husband Gregory, say, was having an affair with our friend Hayesy,
Yes.
I probably would sit you down and it wouldn't be nice. But if I knew it, I couldn't in good conscience if you were to say, "Oh, Greggy and I are about to book a big holiday. We're going to buy another house." And I'm going, I don't know.
He's been shagging Hayesy.
Ian Hayesy and getting it on. Woo-wee. I think you should have all the information.
Well, given the level of bromance between my husband and this
I
guy,
know.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be shocking.
It wouldn't be shocking.
It would be respectful?
Yep.
What would be respectful?
No, the relationship between me and your husband. Very respectful. We would connect on a physical and spiritual sense, I think.
Yeah, I
Do you know what I mean?
so.
Well, that makes it okay.
13, 24, 10. Let's put this out there. If you know someone is cheating, do you tell the partner? Up for grabs for the best call as well. Some round 7 tickets for Port Adelaide's clash against North Melbourne.
Yep.
This is a tricky one.
It
People
is.
don't want controversy.
No.
Okay, so it's easy to say, "Oh, you should have done it." But you put yourself in that situation, it's like, "Oh, I don't want to be the person in the middle that's getting yelled at."
Can I ask a question? Because I've never been a Snapchatter, obviously, and I'm not overly into TikTok or all those. Can you message someone on TikTok? Like, can you go at it that
On
way?
TikTok?
And also, another question: if I Snapchat you,
Yes.
can you like screenshot that?
Or
Or
producer
does it
Molly
disappear?
clarified before, Snapchat messages disappear. They go to
Yeah.
God. But if I screenshot it, you'll get a notification. So it's
I
not really
know.
in my best interest to be screenshotting things.
Because then I'd be like, hey, why
Gotcha.
is Tiff screenshotting my message? Does she want to tell me something about my work husband and my actual husband? What's going on here?
What's going on here? 13, 24, 10. Get involved. Let's do this right now. If you know someone is cheating, do you tell the partner?
Good morning, Lauren.
Hello, how you going?
Good. You've been in this situation, doll.
Yes.
What happened?
So we're probably talking 23 years ago. I went out with my best friend's boyfriend's cousin just for the night, and then he told me that his cousin was cheating on my best friend.
Oh, no.
Oh, dirty dog.
Dirty dog alert.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, my response was obviously, "I'm sorry, I need to tell her."
Yeah.
And And she didn't have a good response. She had a bit of a go at me, and she did. Yep. She didn't talk to me for a couple of weeks. But she broke up with him, and we're still best friends now and speak daily. Yeah.
Oh, that's good that you rectified your friendship.
Yeah.
Did you say, hey, I'm not the dirty dog alert, I'm the whistleblower?
Yeah. I think she needed time to process it and actually work out that everything I'm saying, was true, and yeah.
I feel like all rationale goes out the window when someone sits you down and says, hey, your partner's cheating. And your first instinct is to fire up at whoever's sitting in front of you.
Yeah. Absolutely. In every situation, my mate's had an intervention with me when I was young. I was way too loose.
What happened?
I was just drinking too much and carrying on and had intervention. And you should have seen the fight I put up.
You're
the problem. So I think it's natural in that situation to be defensive.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lauren. Okay, are we going to Lockie?
Yeah, we're going to go to Lachlan, but what we're going to say is Lachlan's very passionate about this subject, and we just need to be very, very careful. Lockie, you're on your best behaviour in terms of word use, okay?
Yep. Understandable, man, 100%.
All right. Take us through it, mate. What happened?
Pretty much, I was with this chick for about 2 years, and believe it or not, she's been doing it for the 9 months of that 2 years.
Shocking.
What? 9 months?
Yeah, well,
How would you be?
I was distraught, to be honest, but the way I found out was I was on the Snapchat one day. I was at work. I think it was on my smoker or something, and one of my mates messaged me and said, did you know your missus has been hanging out with so-and-so? And I was living with her at the time. So at the time, I was like, nah, she's at home in bed. What are you on about? And then he's like, no, they're together right now. So I messaged him directly. I thought, I'm not going to message her, because if I message her, she's just going to tell me the opposite. If she hasn't told me in 9 months, I'm obviously just going to have to find out another way. So I've said to him, like, hey, mate, how are you? Have you been hanging around my missus? And the first thing he wrote was, I didn't know she was in a relationship. Straight away, it just all alarm bells started ringing. I'm like, here we go. So then I thought, all right, I'll wait till I get home tonight and I'll ask her about it. And I've walked in the door, and she still doesn't know at this rate. And it's about 6 o'clock. I said to her, look, do you know so-and-so? She's like, no, never heard of him, never seen him before. I said, well, that's strange, because apparently you're hanging around him. And she's like, no, whoever's saying that, the talking waft, I'm not hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
Just split up, Lockie? Lockie, just split up?
Yeah, of course.
I've
been with her in about 4 months. It's been very hard, don't get me wrong. Like, when you break up with someone, the pain's just... It's not really something,
Yeah. Tiff Warren from 10 News First, thank you so much for stopping by. And in conclusion... Do you tell someone?
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah?
No, thanks.
I'll put this to you. What's the deal with the umpires and the Adelaide Crows?
I don't know.
Why do they hate the Crows?
Why do they hate us so much?
Oh my gosh. So the latest, of course, is an incident involving Isaac Rankin rather late in the game against the Gold Coast Suns, which the Crows lost by a point. So if it wasn't a mark, then it was a free kick, okay? Because from Gold Coast perspective, Collins, you can't tackle a bloke mid-air who's trying to take a catch.
Yeah, absolutely.
For goodness sake.
And so the latest is the AFL have come out, as you would know from working yesterday at Channel 7, they came out and they said it was an error and the umpire froze. So that's on us. And then Tim Silvers from the Adelaide Football Club came out and said, cool, good thanks, great acknowledgement, doesn't help us.
Yeah.
What was the point?
Exact words. We once again find ourselves faced with an AFL acknowledgement of an umpiring error, but unfortunately, and in reality, it is of no use or benefit to our club.
Yeah, yeah. It's like when you have an argument with your partner and they're like, I'm really sorry, I did the wrong thing. It's like, no shit.
Cool, now what? Can you fix it? Nope, can't do anything.
No.
Because over the past 2 seasons, this has happened 3 times.
Oh, man.
And most notably, towards the end of round 23, when Ben Keys clearly kicked the goal and the umpires called it was a touched ball via the post.
Yeah.
Wasn't. And that probably cost the Crows a spot in the finals.
Yeah.
Like, well, what's going on?
Well, you can understand how Crows fans would be incredibly frustrated. Port fans frustrated for another reason. Their team's just not playing very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been a succession of incidents that have really cost the Crows, and you can understand why the supporters are like, what's going on here?
Yeah. I know that umpiring is really hard. It's really, really tough. I can't do this anymore. I can't keep sticking up for the umpires and saying, look, they've got a lot on their plate.
Yeah.
I get it. We change the rules the most out of any professional sport, probably in the world.
Yeah.
So it's probably confusing for the umpires.
Yeah.
But the whole, I'm going to put the whistle away. It's 5 minutes to go. I don't want to make a controversial call. Well, sometimes not making calls very controversial.
Yes, absolutely,
Okay?
Andrew Hayes. And what are they going to do without their number one supporter? Because you like to dress up as a cheerleader when the umpires run out and just rah, rah, rah. You've been their biggest supporter for a very long time.
What am I wearing right now, Goats? I'm all white. I've got these tight little white shorts on and I've got my big yellow socks on. Go umpires. Woo! Such a good Christmas party too, by the way, the umpiring for fraternity.
It's loose.
It is.
It's a little bit loose.
So loose. 2 years ago at the umpiring fraternity Christmas party, we stayed up till 8:45 that night.
Did you?
Couldn't get my rhythm back for weeks after that.
Yeah, right.
Unbelievable scene.
Instead of doing karaoke, you guys just pull out your whistles, don't you? Just
Pretty
have a
much.
whistle along.
Yeah, big time. Really good times.
Warning, the following segment is for mature audiences only and may contain adult content, graphic language and nudity. Not that you'll see it. If easily offended, well, you're about to find out just how easily.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jodie and Hayesy Naughty at 6:40.
That time of the morning where maybe we are just a bit more risque. Maybe we are just a little bit bluer than usual. It's okay, Charles. We'll straighten after 7 o'clock. Let's just get the stuff out of our systems, all right?
Sure.
I think I've cracked it.
What do you mean?
For all the fellas out there,
Oh.
sitting there going, well, how do we crack the code? And that is more mummy and daddy time.
Oh, and
Here
what
you
have
go.
you come up with?
A study published in the Archives of Sexual Behaviour, my favourite journal, by the way, found that when women take on most household chores, they may start seeing their husbands as dependents rather than equals, leading to reduced sexual desire. In short, the more housework women do, the less interest they have in intercourse.
Well, Katy Perry said it best, didn't she?
Didn't she?
When she spoke about her husband, Orlando Bloom, she said, you do the dishes, then I'll do something for you in return, if you know what I mean.
What would you do?
She would do something that makes him feel really, really nice in his loins.
I think she did. She said something like, and Orlando's like, crazy, but all right, let's go.
Then, sure. If that's the end result, then why not?
The study suggests that the unequal division of labour creates feelings of imbalance and resentment, which can harm intimacy and overall relationship satisfaction. I guess it makes sense.
Did we need a whole study to determine this?
Perhaps we'd, probably not for the ladies.
No.
But perhaps we did for the men.
Why? I've said it once. I've said it 1,000 times. Why are you men so stupid?
Oh, I don't know. Do you know? Because I think it's in our heads that if we want to impress a lady, you've got to be, got the chiseled body and
Not
you've got to
that.
sort of strut around.
Nothing to do with
It's
that.
not. It's the small things.
Thank you very, very much.
Wow.
You do something for me, I'll do something for you.
Who knew? I didn't know.
Nah.
But for me at home, it's doing all the chores. You know what it is?
What?
And it's
we
hard
go.
though. Sometimes I'm like, is it worth it? If I can take the kids out for 2 or 3 hours
Yeah.
and give my wife a genuine break, I know that when I come back, there's a good chance that something good's going to happen.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it can't happen because the kids are there.
Yeah.
So now what?
What do you do? My husband took my kid to a dance competition yesterday for about 5 hours and he still didn't get lucky, so...
There you go. That's why we're confused. See? It's very, very confusing. You win some, you lose some. You probably lose more. Please gamble responsibly.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. That's a good joke.
Jodie and Hayes's Monday morning joke off.
Kick it off with some humour. That's the best way to kick off your working week. Who wants to go first? Is it you, Producer Molly? Really set the bar
Low.
low or high this week? What do you reckon?
I think I've been good the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's true. You have been good. You have been good.
And this is good.
Okay. We'll be the judge of that.
What's the difference between a firefighter and the West Coast Eagles Football Club?
Oh, I love these footy jokes. They're good.
A firefighter actually climbs the ladder.
That's not bad. That's good. That's good.
You smashed Carl a couple of weeks
I
ago
think
as well.
she's found the formula.
She's got it.
She's
You got
found
it.
her little niche
It's
market.
a nice little niche market.
Yeah.
All right, I got one that's a bit longer.
Okay.
A horny gorilla sees a lion bent over a small stream taking a drip. And just remember, by the way, It's the jungle, okay? It's the jungle. Unfortunately, there's not many rules.
Okay.
So the gorilla runs up behind the lion, grabs on, and has his way with him.
Oh.
The gorilla then takes off running with a very angry lion on his heels. As they run through the jungle, the gorilla gets a bit of a lead and sees a British safari camp ahead. So the gorilla enters the camp, grabs some car keys that are hung out to dry, puts on some pants, a shirt and a hat, and he sits on a chair by the campfire and grabs a copy of the local paper, pretending to read so as to hide his face.
Right.
The lion enters the campsite and lets out a huge roar. He yells, "Did anyone see a gorilla run through here?" The gorilla, in full disguise, calls out, "You mean the one that had sex with the lion?" And the lion exclaims, "Oh my God, it's already in the paper." Oh, headline.
That's good. Okay.
Right, Jazz, what do you got?
All right, so this guy sticks his head into a barber shop and asks how long before I can get a haircut. And the barber looks around the shop and he goes, about 2 hours. And then the guy leaves. A few days later, the same guy sticks his head in the door and asks, "Hey, how long before I can get a haircut?" Then the barber looks around the shop again and he's like, I don't know, about 2.5 hours. And the guy leaves. A week later, that same guy sticks his head into the barber shop and says, "How long till I can get a haircut?" And the barber looks around the shop and he goes, probably about an hour and a half. And the guy leaves again. And then the barber looks over at his friend in the shop and says, "Hey, Bill, follow that guy and see where he goes." In a little while, Bill comes back into the shop and he's laughing hysterically. The barber asks, "Bill, where did that guy go when he left here?" And Bill looks at him and goes, "To your house." Discovered something about myself. I should never, ever, ever be allowed to open this mouth in a lift.
Oh, my God. Well, let's go for a ride.
Okay. So what comes with me in lifts is just inane, stupid small talk.
So you can't be silent?
I cannot. It's out of control. And my husband's like, "Could you just shut your cake hole?" Honestly, like, especially when we're on holidays and I'm missing my kids, if someone gets into a lift with kids, then off I go. "Oh, how old are you?" "Oh, I've got 3. Oh, I've got 4 children." But I forgot then for a moment. And I just, like, Greg just looks at me like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah, and also they're just as annoyed and scared as you are. They're like a snake.
Yeah. I get verbal diarrhea. So I was leaving Channel 10 last week after work and it's on the 4th floor. We share the 4th floor with a real estate agent called Owens Casserly. Okay?
Oh, very, very prominent.
Very prominent. And so me and my mate from Channel 10 get into the lift, Johnny O'Shea, and we're standing there. And that day, I'd had the misfortune of trying to find a stapler in the office, and I couldn't find a stapler because, for some reason, the stationery cupboard has dried up at Channel 10. So in walk the real estate people from Owens Casserly, and they're dragging along a trolley full of, like, what appears to be really cool stuff. And I'm like, "You'd have really good stationery there at Owens Casserly, wouldn't you?"
No, that's not going to start. That's not the beginning of a meaningful relationship.
And she looks at me and she's like, "Not really." Like that. And Johnny's in the back of the lift just like shrinking down.
Johnny's in the back. So then you're like, oh, now what? Crazy weather we're having.
No, but then I'd committed to stationery chat. So then I had to double down. I said, "Yes, I tried to find a stapler today. I found a stapler, but it didn't have any staples in it." Yeah. And she's just like, "Who is this crazy person?" So finally, the lift hits the bottom floor. And I'm walking out and I'm like, "See you guys, have a good night."
See ya.
And Johnny looks at me and he goes, "Cool stationery chat, mate."
Really good stuff. What about as well when it wasn't even on the ground floor? She found the strength to open up the lift with 3 floors. "Okay, good night. See you later." Do you want to get at it?
Yeah. I'm sorry. They're such nice people at Owens Casserly, and I'm an idiot.
You blew it. You blew it too, by the way.
Jesus.
You're the stationery girl. That's your nickname in amongst the Owens and Casserly office.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine the next day they've got to... Did you see that blonde girl next to Channel 10? Yeah. She's crapping on and on about stationery.
Hey, fun fact about that blonde girl. She's a genuine stapler enthusiast. Nova's birthday party up next. $1,000 up for grabs just for having a birthday.
We have a new public enemy number 1 here in South Australia.
Oh, my gosh.
You watching the football last night?
I was, and his name is Jack Higgins. Very good player, small forward for the Saints. And of course, they beat Port Adelaide by 17 points. Post-game, in an interview, he said this.
Any plans for the week in Adelaide?
No, I don't like Adelaide, so I'll probably be in my room playing Call of Duty with the boys.
And I just thought, first of all, what the absolute heck, Jack? And my brain went, did he just say that?
I think he just did.
Oh, my God, sorry. Let me play that again.
Any plans for the week in Adelaide?
No, I don't like Adelaide, so I'll probably be in my room playing Call of Duty with the boys.
No, not good enough. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I can't do this anymore, man.
So, listen, Gather Round starts this week, right? Everyone's going to start filtering into our beautiful state. We will be a gracious host. We'll be a beautiful host.
Yeah.
We will bend over backwards for you when you come in to visit us. There's no question.
From Wednesday.
Yep. Right now, though, he's gone low. We're going to go lower.
Yes.
All right, mate. You don't like Adelaide. That's fine. We don't like Melbourne.
Oh, it's a good old-fashioned low-off.
There I said it.
Yes.
Okay, not a lot to love about St Kilda. A lot of people sort of, shooting up in the streets and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of ladies of the night in St Kilda. A lot of things not to love about where young Jack's from. Isn't there?
100%. Not quite so saintly, is it, St Kilda?
No.
No.
Interesting reading some of the comments. Of course, people have just gone to town. There's like, when I had a look before on the Channel 7 website, there's like 600 comments, people just going, someone wrote, Mum still cuts his dinner up for him.
That is
Well, if he doesn't like Adelaide, neither does the umpiring department.
Yeah,
That's a good point
that's
after the
true.
weekend.
A Victorian umpires, it must be.
Surely he's single was another one. He obviously prefers a grimy, filthy city. There we go. And this was my personal favourite. Clearly has never been to the woolshed.
Yeah, it was spot on. Because what's not to love about the woolshed?
What's not to love about riding a
you're
mechanical bull on a Thursday night?
Registered human, you're going to love the woolshed. All right, can we put this out there, Jods?
Yep.
13 24 10. Tell us why you hate Melbourne. Go on, just give us some dot points. Why do you hate Melbourne? 13 24 10. Can I kick it off?
Yeah.
It's the weather. Oh, my
weather.
gosh.
How could
What's wrong with the weather?
I don't understand how it can be so hot and magnificent here in South Australia. They get our weather.
Yeah.
The next day or so.
What do they do with it?
Yet they mess it up.
How do you stuff it up?
How do you stuff up this beautiful weather that we present to you on a platter?
It's so beautiful and consistent here. Like, come on, guys. Can I do another one?
Go, sure. You're on a roll.
Calling their own city Melbourne.
Melbourne!
It's Melbourne!
Melbourne!
There's an E in it!
It's not Melbourne!
Hey, guys. Coming to you live
Hi.
from Melbourne.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Come and have a latte in Melbourne. No, it's an E. Melbourne.
Oh, please join the pile on because it's a good old-fashioned low-off. 13 24 10. What do you hate about Melbourne? Thank you very much, Jack Higgins, for igniting this because we need to win this low-off before we straighten things up, like you said, at Wednesday when we open up the gates for Gather Round.
Oh, yeah.
Best call this morning, score yourself some tickets to see the Thunderbirds take on the Swifts.
Oh,
that would be a very good game.
Going to be a blockbuster, actually. Two form sides of the competition. Only round one, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, give us a call, 13 24 10. Let's pile on here, okay? On Wednesday, we'll be lovely, we'll be kind, welcome to our beautiful city. But today, nah, stuff it.
Let's go.
Why do you hate Melbourne?
13 24 10, give us a call. If you're watching Port Adelaide v St Kilda yesterday, you saw the Saints win by 17 points. Look, Jack Higgins was very, very good. Played a great game of football and then just really offended an entire state when he said this in terms of what he was going to do during Gather Round.
Any plans for the week in Adelaide?
No, I don't like Adelaide, so I'll probably be in my room playing Call of Duty with the boys.
Collectively, I think all of our brains went, did he just offend an entire state?
And let's not forget, an entire state that he's got to now spend a whole week in because they don't go back, the Saints. He's got to walk around the streets of Adelaide now.
Yeah, I feel like South Australians as a whole, we're very hospitable and we're lovely people.
Yeah.
But if you come at us, we will come back at you 3 times as hard and we will cut you.
I'm really scared.
Sorry. Just it's sorry, I'm patriotic. I'm patriotic, okay?
Producer Molly, I've never been scared of him in my life.
Oh, sorry.
Look on your face then.
Just burst a blood vessel in my eyeball.
Goodness gracious. So, yes, why we will be nice and kind and welcoming this week. Not right now. Not right now. Jack's brought out the worst of us.
100%.
So if you're going to go us, Jack, we'll go you right on back. Why do you hate Melbourne? 13 24 10. Sonia from Hope Valley, go.
Oh, the traffic sucks there. God.
Spot on. That's perfect, Sonia.
That's
traffic's just ridiculous.
And also, could you put your airport a little bit further from everywhere we need to go in your state?
Your airport might as well be located in South Australia.
So true. Okay, Tegan, what do you hate about Melbourne? Go.
Everyone just walks across the road as if no one's been run over yet.
Yeah. You know what? A genuine arrogant bunch.
Yeah.
What an obnoxious bunch of people.
Christine, what do you hate about Melbourne?
The tolls on the highways and you can't get off the highway.
Yeah, 100%. You end up back in South Australia.
Yeah, Stu. We're ragging on Melbourne.
Yeah.
What you like?
Everything, but in particular, it's the birthplace of the hipster.
Those bloody hipsters have been born and bred in Melbourne. They love it.
What? Okay. Finish the pylon for us, Angela.
Morning. They can drive faster in the school zones than they can on their freeways.
Oh, there you go. That's
the freeways are stop-start. It's 20 k's at the most over there.
Yeah. The traffic is awful.
Seriously. Bunch of clowns. I think it's time to grow up, Melbourneites.
Okay.
Absolute. Sorry, you know I'm fired up, Chad.
Yeah.
I really take this pace really quite personal.
Yeah, and do you know when someone comes over to your house and they're like, hey, we're coming to visit for a week, what can I bring? I will say this to Melburnians, bring a good attitude.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Very much so. Well done.
Don't need chocolates or flowers, just a really good, solid attitude. Thank you.
100%. We might give Stu from Hahndorf those tickets to the Thunderbirds, I reckon.
Yes, please.
Because the birthplace of the hipster, you've got a lot to answer for, Melbourne.
Oh, my God. Latte-sucking wankers.
Jack Higgins, grow up, okay? That's what we're going to say.
Yes.
That is it for us, Jodie and Hayesy on Nova 919. It's been a hell of a morning, hasn't it?
It's been a big morning. Sometimes we like to peel back the curtains here at the Jodie and Hayesy show, and you this morning were very aggressively and passionately singing Empire State of Mind by Alicia Keys. And at that moment, sound guy Todd walks into the boardroom, our temporary boardroom here that is masquerading as a studio, an operational one at that, and your face when he springs you singing and now you're in New York is incredible.
Okay. Guilty. A passionate Alicia Keys fan right here.
Oh, okay.
I'm only human.
I know. Hey, thanks for piling on to the Melburnians today. If you missed it a little bit earlier. That guy Jack Higgins from St Kilda had a crack at Adelaide and said he hates it, so he's just going to stay in his room and play Call of Duty all week. Okay, good on you, Jack.
We got him, though. We got him. Good stuff, guys. See you tomorrow.